What's up everybody, Usama here and you are watching Tech with Usama. This is the speed test between the Samsung Galaxy A30s and the Samsung Galaxy A30. These phones have a lot of things to share with each other, which is why it's very important to see the speed test. Before we jump into the speed test, I would like to show you guys that these phones are running on the same version of Android, which is the Android 9 Pie. This is the latest security patch installed on both the phones. And I would also like to show you that these phones are connected to the same Wi-Fi source. The options selected on both the phones are quite similar to each other. And then we have the battery percentage over 90% on both the handsets. So I would like to tell you that what I am exactly going to do in this speed test. I am going to restart both the phones to see how much time they take to restart. And then I am going to check the face recognition unlocking of these phones, because these phones do not have the fingerprint scanner at the same place. A30 has a fingerprint scanner at the back and the A30s has a fingerprint scanner under its display. So that is how it's going to work. And then you are going to see the AnTuTu 3D benchmark speed test, the gaming benchmark speed test, Geekbench 5 and Androbench benchmark speed test for the storage. And then I'm going to run some first party applications and then of course the third party applications in the end. So this is going to be a very extensive speed test. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon too before we begin, because it takes a lot of hard work to make these videos and your support definitely motivates me a lot to keep up the good work. And then make sure that you hit the like button if you find this video useful at some point. So without any further ado, let's begin with this speed test now. First of all, I'm going to restart both the phones. The phones are now restarting. Let's see which phone boots up faster. Okay, the Galaxy A30 clearly wins here. It must be noted here that it's the same Exynos 7904 14nm processor in these phones. And both these phones have a RAM of 4GB and internal storage of 64GB. The A30s was not far behind. It did catch up with the Galaxy A30, but yes, the A30 was a bit faster here for the boot test. So next up we have the facial recognition unlock. Let's try that now. Facial recognition and face unlocking is more or less same on both the phones. I don't believe that Samsung has used any different technology on these handsets, so I would call it a tie. Now next up you are going to see a huge number of benchmark tests between these phones. I would like to show you that right now at this moment there is nothing running on these phones. The temperature on these phones is normal, and the temperature in this room where I am recording this video, it's 21 degrees right now, because temperature matters for the benchmark speed test. That is why I am mentioning it. So first of all we have the AnTuTu benchmark speed test. Let's run it now. So we have the benchmark results up now. You can see that the Galaxy A30s has posted a score of 103K and the A30 has posted a score of 105K. You can see further details here. Also, the temperature monitor shows that both phones are holding up very nice. With the battery temperature, both have a 32-degree temperature for the battery. Now close all the applications once again and launch the Geekbench 5 test. We have the Geekbench 5 results up now. You can see that the A30 has posted a score of 273 for single core and 1000 for multi-core, and the A30 has posted 270 for the single core and 1001 for the multi-core. The remaining details can be seen here. You can pause the video or slow it down to view all these details. I will now move on to the next benchmark test, which is the Androbench test. This test is going to give us an idea about how fast the storage is. It basically checks the read and write speed of the storage of the phones. So here we go. It's now testing the Androbench. Let's see what it posts. You can see that the results are here and there is no difference between these results. So let's move on towards our next test, which is the 3D mark test. Now this is the gaming benchmark test. I am running this for the very first time, so I'm not sure how it works. However, you will see it in the video. Here we have the details. The benchmark is running, so let's see. I think that it's quite similar to the 3D benchmark test of AnTuTu. However, I would like to see what different it does and how it tests the capacity and capabilities of these phones. So here we have the 3D mark test results. You can see that the overall score of the Galaxy A30s is 518 and the A30 has posted a score of 636. I believe that the higher score is better here, and I also believe that the A30 has posted a higher score because this phone has got 1080p graphics, so the 3D rendering wouldn't have been that difficult for the Galaxy A30. In terms of the display, the A30 is definitely much more superior than the A30s because the A30s is restricted to 720p display. Guys, we are now all set to open the applications on the A30s and the A30. I would like to show you that there are no apps running in the background now, and I have given these phones the time to cool down after running those extensive benchmark tests. So here are the phones, the freshly set up phones with the same software, same applications and same updates on both the sides. The specifications are also same. So let's go ahead and try launching the phone application first of all. It was a little bit faster on the Galaxy A30. Messages, I think it was the same. Remember guys, I'm not going to be the judge here. You guys are the judge. So make sure that you drop your feedback in the comments below. Settings, it was about the same on both phones. Camera was, I think, better on the Galaxy A30s. We have the third-party apps now. First of all, we have Facebook. Better on the Galaxy A30s. We have Twitter. Better on the Galaxy A30. Let's try scrolling up and down to see how it works. To me, the scrolling looks better on the Galaxy A30. Let's go ahead and try launching Instagram. I think Instagram was slightly better on the Galaxy A30s. We can try scrolling up and down. Once again, I'm finding the Galaxy A30 better than the Galaxy A30s for this scrolling test. Okay, we have the Snapchat application now. It was also the same on both phones. Spotify, better on the Galaxy A30. SoundCloud, obviously it's better on the A30s. YouTube, I think it was slightly better on the A30. Again, you guys are the judge, so make sure that you let me know down below which one do you find better. And then we have the Gmail application. A30, we have the Google Maps, A30s this time, and now we have the core application. It's the A30 once again. We have Wikipedia, the A30s this time, we have Pinterest, A30s once again, we have the Adobe Acrobat Reader, the A30 this time, we have Netflix, A30s now for Netflix. Next up we have Lightroom. So in Lightroom I am going to quickly edit a picture and I am going to export that picture into the gallery of the phones. The phone that will export that picture earlier will be the winner. So let's go and select a picture. The Galaxy A30 wins this photo editing test. We can now go ahead and try editing a small video clip on these phones. I have the same videos copied on both handsets. So let's see which one does this better. The videos are loading. Okay. Alright, the A30s has rendered the video earlier, and of course the video on the A30s was 2 MB lesser in size than the one on the A30, but the results are in front of you and you can definitely decide that what factors do you want to rely on. Next up, I'm going to launch some games on both phones. Okay, so for Mario Kart Tour, the A30s did a good job initially, but after the game was loaded once again, getting into the main gameplay was not any different on both the phones. Both phones had an equal loading time at that point. So it's up to you what you would want to call it, a tie, or you would want to declare the A30 as a winner for the Mario Kart Tour. Next up we have the Subway Surfers. A30s is ahead once again for Subway Surfers as well. So we can now launch the bigger game, which is the PUBG Mobile. A30 is doing good for PUBG Mobile. It's already going into the main menu of the game. A30s is not that far behind, but yes, the A30 is definitely doing a great job with PUBG Mobile here. Alright, and now we have another game, which is the Candy Crush Soda Saga. We can launch this one now. The A30s wins once again for Candy Crush Soda Saga as well. And in the end, I have the Asphalt 9 on both phones. Let's see how it performs. The Asphalt 9 seems way ahead on the Galaxy A30. Okay, the A30 clearly wins for the Asphalt line as well. I am just going to leave this game in the memory of the phone as well, so that we can now check the RAM management of these handsets. I would like to show you that right now I have all the applications here in the RAM of these phones. You can see that all applications are here. Facebook, it's there on both phones. Twitter is also there on both phones. Instagram is also there when reloading its feed on both phones. YouTube is also there and loading its feed on both phones. SoundCloud looks like it's also reloading its feed on both the phones. Pinterest is also there and reloading its feed on both phones. Quora is also there and reloading its feed on both handsets. We can now go ahead and try launching the same games one by one once again. So for the games we have the Mario Kart Tour first of all. Okay, the Mario Kart Tour is reloading from scratch on both the phones. I expect it to be there, but let's see. Alright, Subway Surfers is there on the Galaxy A30, but it's reloading on the A30s. Similarly, we can go ahead and try launching the Candy Crush Soda Saga to see if it's there or not. Alright, it's also there on both phones. And now we can go ahead and launch PUBG Mobile once again to see if it's still there or not. Okay, PUBG Mobile is loading from scratch on both phones. And in the end, we have the Asphalt 9 once again. Let's see if it's also there or it's going to restart from the scratch. Here it is. Asphalt 9 is also loading from scratch on both the phones. So guys, that's pretty much it with the speed test between the Galaxy A30s and the A30. You can see that both phones have put a great fight against each other, and I would like to hear from you which phone do you find better. Make sure that you drop your decision and choice in the comment section down below so that your choice can help others as well. If you have liked anything in this video, please make sure that you hit the like button, and if you loved it, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. We have to hit 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and I am working on a lot of other Galaxy A30s videos which are coming your way, so make sure that you are connected with me already, and I will see you in the next one really soon.